Oh, hello. Welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations of Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and today I want to paint something that everybody's familiar with. I did a version of the 1954 version of Godzilla, and I want to show you how to paint that from start to finish. It's it's a very there was a lot of detail involved, and especially the spines on his back and everything. And I do want to show you how to do that. So the types of paint, I have acrylic paints, and I have a variety of colors here. I have some, some browns, some grays, black. I got some off-white, some yellow, and I do have a few extra colors here that I can to the side if I need to add them. The first thing that we want to do is we want to paint an undercoat. We're going to paint this basically all black as an undercoat. So what I'm going to do is take and put this here, and we're going to start to paint. I'm going to put the black right there, and we're going to paint that. So I'm going to take a fairly large brush for that, because that way we can cover a lot of the area. So what we're going to do is take this, and I'll start to paint. And you want to put a nice black undercoat, because it's going to help us when we start to lighten it up with some of the other colors. This is gonna, I want to make sure that I paint. See that, how we're doing that? Gonna get that all. See that, we're gonna dab that nicely. Okay, now that we've finished painting that base coat, so I'll show you, we painted all the black around the body. We want to put a nice base coat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and dry this now. Okay, so now that we've done that, what I want to do now, we got the good base coat. What I want to do is I want to now use some of the off-white color, and we're going to paint some of the claws and the spines on the back. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this, and we're going to paint the claws right here. See how we're doing that? Doing the claws and the feet right now. Want to make sure we get the whole thing. So I want to get all around, that way we get the whole thing. Now I'm going to do this one here. Yep, so that's coming along really nicely. Make sure you get that underneath too. Want to make sure we get it all places that we need to get it. And I even want to get the claws here on the hands. Okay, so we got that. And then what I want to do is these spines on the back here, we're going to be painting these. I'm going to paint those the white. We get that up here. The nice, everything's really starting to come together. So we got that. Now that we've done that, we're going to come back and use that color again. So the next thing that we want to do is I probably should do the inside of the mouth. So I got this, a nice red color here that I want. But let's see, I got two color reds. I want to see which one might be a little, this one, I like this one a little better. It's a little darker. So I'm going to take and put that there. And I'm going to do that, the inside of the mouth with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, see this? I'm going to just dab lightly in there like that. And then I'm going to try to do the upper part of the mouth and do the same thing. I'm going to dab in there. And yeah. Just dab in there a little bit. Yeah, that came out. That's coming out nicely. And then what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to come back and do the teeth a little bit. So what I want to do, I'll take a smaller brush, and we're going to hit the teeth right here. The teeth in the mouth. And I'm just going to hit those ever so slightly. There. See how we did that? I just did the teeth. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to get one of the smaller brushes. I want to do the eyes. So we will do a little, I'll do a little black first, because I want to paint that pupil inside there. We'll take this brush here, a little brush, and I'm going to just dab the inside of the eye there. See that? Dab the inside like that. Want to make sure it's get inside there. And then we're going to take a little yellow now. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to take we'll put a little yellow in there. Do a little more on the other side again. See that? Starting to come out really nice. So we did the eyes there. Now, we're going to start to use some other colors here. I want to use gray because I want to start to lighten him up a little bit. So we're going to take this gray and we're going to kind of flick that over ever so slightly. I'm going to get this brush because it's somewhat wide. And we're going to start to lighten them up a little bit now. So just going to lighten them up a little bit like that. Add a little gray there. So I'm just going ever so slightly over here with the gray to lighten them up a little bit because I don't want them to appear too dark. So we're just kind of flicking this over a little bit. See that, how we're just flicking a little bit the gray over there. Just going to lighten them up in some areas. So what I'm doing is just trying to hit some of these areas here. Yeah, so I'm making this a little lighter. Lighten them up a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to take and kind of go over them like that. Get the front of the legs a little bit. Just going to just lighten them up a little bit. Go over the black a little bit in a lot of the areas that we were in. See that? And even up around the head area, we'll lighten it up a little bit with just dab a little bit here and there. We'll do that. I'm just going to kind of dab a little bit there. So we lighten that up a little bit. Now, I do want to take, I do have some light brown colors here. I want to add a little brown in here too. Yeah, I got to find that brush that I was just using. Ah, there it is, right there. So we can just kind of add a little brown there. See that? Just touch it up a little bit. Gives a little variation of color. Just dab that a little bit here and there. Just dab it on a little bit. Add a little bit of extra color. Then we'll do that on the side too. Just adding to it. Just want to get a little variation of color. Just gonna see that. And now I do want to add, there's one that's a little lighter brown here. I want to take and add that a little in there too. Dab that nicely. Add a little variation there. So now, what I did is I tried to add a little variation of color. So we cover it with the grays and some browns and things. And, you know, it has a very nice result. See that, how that is looking right now? And that's my 1954 version of Godzilla. I just thought that you'd enjoy seeing that. So I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay today. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.